Good afternoon and welcome to the second of our chamber instrumental concerts by the Juniata College Wind Symphony and Concert Band members. It's Sunday the 25th at 2 o'clock right now. We're glad you're here for this event. We invite you back at 4:30 for our saxophone trio brass quartet concert as well. But behind me is our woodwind trio made up of Tanisha and Kachina on clarinets and Thomas on bass clarinet, with a little bit of a surprise there coming later from Thomas. Our first piece is a very well-known piece for two oboes and an English horn by Beethoven, but has been arranged for this particular group of clarinets. And we're happy to play for you Opus 87, Trio by Beethoven. Next up is a total change of character. In fact, the students and I were joking before the performance that wouldn't it be interesting if suddenly that Beethoven switched like a radio station channel change into this, and how jarring that would be. Because this is quite a different piece. This is called Manatee Rag. It follows in the long ragtime and Dixieland tradition of early 20th century and late 19th century America. This one is by Arthur Frackenpole. And I won't go to the length of spelling that for you, but Frackenpole is a very interesting name which I came across as an undergraduate student at Mansfield University. We had a piece written for our wind ensemble by Arthur Frackenpole, who was a professor of composition at the Crane School of Music at SUNY Potsdam. So that's how I know this name, because it was like no other name I had seen before. Anyway, this particular piece crossed my desk as we were looking for material for an ensemble of this size, and we found this Manatee Rag. So it's the first of a couple early 20th century American pieces that we're going to do, arranged, of course, for clarinet trio. So this is our version of Manatee Rag. Our final piece before intermission is actually 4 movements in length, 4 short movements. You may be surprised to know that much of the music of Mozart and Haydn and many of the composers of that era, of the common practice era of the late 18th and early 19th centuries, you'd be surprised to know that there were music publishers then, and those music publishers were out to maximize their funds and their incomes. So pieces such as the famous operas of Mozart and other composers, Salieri, were often arranged for other groups, just like today. As soon as a new Disney movie comes out, sometimes before the movie hits the screen, there will be arrangements for guitar ensemble and beginning band and high school choir of all of those pieces. And honestly, the same was true back then in a little different technological way. So it was very common, for example, to find arrangements of entire opera arias for Woodwind octet. That was one of the biggest selling combinations. So it's no surprise that we have this Divertamento number 5 by Mozart, arranged in this case for 2 clarinets and bass clarinet, probably existing for many other genres, strings, brasses as well. This is in 4 movements. We will play an opening adagio, followed by a minuet and trio. That is followed by a second adagio, and finally a polonaise to end things. So these are 4 movements from Divertamento 5 by the famous Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. After that, a small intermission, not too long. Head to the snack machine and right back, because as soon as Thomas is able to switch from bass clarinet to flute, we're going to have something special in terms of a flute and clarinet duet. So it'll be a brief intermission after these 4 movements. Again, thank you for being here, and this is Mozart's Divertamento number 5. Well, thank you again for being here. We're going to take a short break, not even called an intermission, but about a 5-minute pause, and then we'll be back for 2 final selections with our Woodwind trio. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Welcome back for a rather short second half to our concert by the Juniata College Woodwind Trio. It's actually going to start out with a duet and then expand into a trio, and then it'll be done. So we have a couple short pieces to finish today's program. As you're undoubtedly aware, COVID has done quite a number on full band, full chorus, full orchestra type playing, especially places where wind is involved, our choirs and our bands. So this spring we were able to only have about 45 minutes or so of full band rehearsal here in Rosenberger Auditorium, which some of you know is Oler Hall, where students are 15 feet apart. The bulk of our educational program this year has been small ensembles, quartets, trios, duets, as you're about to hear. So we've been in the market for quite a few new pieces from publishers, one of which is a book called 78 Duets, very simple title. And this next piece you're going to hear for flute and clarinet duet is from a book of 78 flute and clarinet duets. We actually had a lot of fun with this last night on the other live stream, saying how these pieces don't have any fancy titles or anything like that. This is number 35, a polka adagio featuring Tanisha and Thomas on clarinet and flute. So we hope you enjoy number 35. And before we play our final selection, I wanted to again introduce you to the remaining performances by instrumental music this semester. Today at 4:30 is a live stream by our saxophone trio number 1 and our brass quartet. So we hope that you can join us at 4:30 for about an hour's worth of music later this afternoon. On Wednesday, we have a live performance and a live stream. The live performance is for people in the Juniata bubble, students, faculty, staff, and that is at 6 p.m. out in front of Rosenberger Auditorium. Our jazz ensemble will perform if the weather is weather dependent. And then at 7:30 that night is percussion at Juniata, always a potpourri of many different types of percussion ensembles. That is this coming Wednesday, the 28th at 7:30. Again, live for folks from the Juniata bubble and available on live stream for everyone else. So we invite you to each and every one of those, including the one today at 4:30, if you can make it. Our final selection is another rag. We promised you another rag, and this one is called That's a Plenty. We have performed something very similar to this by the same title in a medley of a brass quartet piece with concert band. We've done it a few times here, and one of the selections is That's a Plenty. When we needed to find small group literature, this name stuck out, and I think the students have really enjoyed it. So they've asked me to join them on a little bit of percussion, and it's a great fun piece to be able to do that with. So we close our concert by the Woodwind Trio by adding a percussionist for That's a Plenty.